Marco Rubio and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth from the White House on Saturday. Carlos Barria, Pool AFP via Getty Images. Hide caption. Toggle caption. Carlos Barria, Pool AFP via Getty Images. The U.S. military has joined with Israel to launch military strikes against Iran, a dramatic escalation in the years-long effort by both nations to prevent Tehran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, President Trump wrote on Truth Social Saturday. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Late Saturday evening, President Trump addressed the nation from the White House, joined by Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat, Trump said. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. As he praised the troops on Saturday evening, the president did say he hoped there would be no need for additional action. But that this cannot continue and that Iran has many targets left. If peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Trump said there will be a press conference from the Pentagon at 8 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday with more details. Saturday's attack marks the first act of direct military involvement by the U.S. in the rapidly escalating conflict between Iran and Israel. It included a strike on the heavily fortified Fordow nuclear site, according to Trump, which is located roughly 300 feet under a mountain about 100 miles south of Tehran. It's a move that Israel has been lobbying the U.S. to carry out, given that only the U.S. has the kind of powerful bunker-buster bomb capable of reaching the site. Known as the GBU-57 MOP, the bomb can only be transported by one specific U.S. warplane, the B-2 stealth bomber, due to its immense 30,000-pound weight. A U.S. official who is not authorized to speak publicly told NPR that senior Democratic leadership was notified of the strike right before Trump's social media post. The Army Ops Center notified senior Army leaders around the same time. It is unclear when senior Republican leadership was informed. Several prominent Democrats criticized the military action on Saturday, with Rep. Jim Himes, the highest-ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, saying in a statement, Donald Trump's decision to launch direct military action against Iran without congressional approval is a clear violation of the Constitution, which grants the power to declare war explicitly to Congress. It is impossible to know at this stage whether this operation accomplished its objectives, Himes continued. A turning point. The U.S. carried out the strike despite years of promises by Trump to keep the country from entangling itself in another Middle East conflict. Yet Trump has also said it is paramount that Iran never be allowed to acquire a nuclear weapon. Trump initially sought to negotiate a new nuclear deal with Iran, one to replace the Obama-era agreement that he abandoned, despite Iran's apparent compliance, in 2018. But in the days after Israel's initial strikes on Iran earlier this month, he grew increasingly vocal in his opposition to Iran and the possibility it could attack U.S. assets in the region.